So, welcome students. Today we are going to start a new lecture and definitely you are going to love and enjoy this lesson. So, today we will discuss a new poem and the title of that poem is A Tiger in the Zoo. Dear students, so now let us start this poem. We are going to discuss the following things in this poem. First of all, as usual, we will read about the poet, then a brief introduction of the poem, then we are also going to read about the summary, then after having reading of the summary, we will discuss about the literary devices used in the poem. When we have finished the literary devices, then the most important part of the poem, that is what moral values do you get from this poem? Because whenever we read any poem, any story, any fiction, any drama, any play, the most important thing is what are you going to learn? After completing the moral values, the three important things are vocabulary, question answers, and then at last I have prepared a small quiz time for you. We will have a quiz. So now let us begin the poem. So my dear, you can see a tiger in the zoo. There are two pictures in front of you. First of all, there is a picture of a tiger who is in a wild in forest. While the other picture you can see is of another tiger who is in a cage. Naturally, it is quite easy to understand that the tiger which is in the wild is much happier than the tiger who is in the zoo. Why? Because this tiger, the tiger in the zoo is caged, and when you are caged, you lose your freedom, you lose your happiness. While when you are in a free state, when you are enjoying your freedom, then what would happen? You will definitely do whatever you like. So in this poem also, the poet has done the same thing. He has told what is the condition of that animal which lives in a cage. Let us see how does he describe these things. So take a screenshot of this objective. First of all, the most important objective of this poem is these two. You should develop a compassion and empathy. Compassion, a feeling of love and affection towards fellow beings or everything, that is compassion. And empathy, empathy, having sympathy for others, that you should feel their pain. If you are watching a tiger in a cage, you should feel the same pain which the tiger is feeling. You should know what would happen to you if you are also caged. And the second important thing is to inculcate Dalmia core promises. There are few promises, there are few traits, there are few life skills which you should learn. So now let us write, let us read, and let us understand about the poet, first of all. So my dear students, as you can see, George Leslie Norris is the poet of this poem. He was a prize-winning Welsh poet and a short story writer. This word Welsh comes from the country Wales. Just like those who live in India are Indians, those who live in Korea are Koreans, those who live in Poland are Polish. In the same way, those who live in a country named as Wales, these people are known as Welsh. He is considered as most important Welsh writers of post-war period, and his literary works have won many prizes. His famous works are Finding Gold, The Loud Winder, Phoenix, Living Poet series, Ransoms, etc. You have to remember only one thing about this poet, that he belonged to a country known as Wales. So now let us start the introduction of the poem. My dear students, as you know that in this poem, he talks about those wild animals which are caged, which are living in a zoo or in a circus. So what happens to them? Let us see. The poem written by Leslie Norris explains the agony and helplessness of a caged tiger that lives in a zoo. The meaning of agony is great pain, and you can't express that pain. You are passing through a great pain, but you can't express. So the tiger also is passing through agony and he's helpless. Why? To whom he would express his pain? No one. The poet explains what his life could be if he had been a free animal. Yes, the life in a cage is totally contrast to the life in a forest. In the forest, everyone has a great fear of tiger, but there he just becomes a feeble animal, a weak animal. Even small animals can throw peanuts at them. And try this same trick at where? In the forest. What would happen? If you try the same trick in a forest, better no one would be spared. Just imagine. So the poet explains what his life could be if he had been a free animal. The poet has tried to explain about the condition of animals that are caged by human beings for their own fun. This is the most important line. The poet has tried to explain about the condition of animals that are caged by human beings for their own fun. Sometimes we love to pet animals. We think they are enjoying, but my dear, no one enjoys. Either it is a dog, either it is a parrot, either it is a cat, either it is a cow. No animal likes to be caged. Wild animals also, pet animals also, domestic animals also. We think they are enjoying, but no, no, never. There is a beautiful poem which was there in class 6th or 7th of your Hindi book. I don't remember the exact lines, but the lines are somewhat like this. हम पंछी उन्मुक्त गगन के पिंजरे में ना रह पाएंगे, कनक कालियों से रहकर. Like this poem, in which the bird tells the same thing. I don't want to live in the same thing that bird tells. Please don't imprison me. Don't keep us in cage. We want to fly in the open sky, in the blue sky. Does the bird likes that poem? Sorry, does the bird likes that golden cage? No. In the same way, no animals on this earth will like a life in a cage. The same he tells. So now let us read the poem stanza wise. So what happened, beta? That Summary. Let us start the summary first of all. The poem begins with a description of a tiger that is very beautiful and is walking in his little cage. A tiger, and that too in a little cage. He has beautiful stripes on his skin and has velvet-like soft paws. All of you know, velvet, a very soft cloth, which is just of mostly red color. So his skin, his paws, and his skin is just like velvet. But the tiger is not happy and is quite angry about being confined in the cage. The meaning of confined is to keep imprisoned. He is jailed in the cage. The poet says that if the tiger was not confined to the zoo cage, he would have been hiding himself behind the long grass near some water body. Yes, if that tiger was not in the cage, he would be roaming around in the forest. He would be hiding behind a tree, or he would be near a river, near a stream. He would have been waiting for his prey, Prey. And then when he saw that prey, he would jump on that. But here, he has to wait for his diet. Totally contrast life. In order to catch its prey, that is the deer. Also, he would have terrorized the residents of the village around the forest area. Everyone would have been afraid of him. Oh, it's night time. Let us close the doors. Let us close the main gates. Why? Because we are living just near the forest. The tiger might arrive at the night time. They might kill our cattle. So the villagers around the forest area would be living terrorized. Terrorized life means under terror. Under terror means fear. But here in the cage, totally opposite, my dear friends. Totally opposite. No one is afraid of him. Small children come and tease like this way, and he just watches them, the children or the visitors, but he's not able to do anything. So after that, what happens? Let us see in the second stanza. So in the next stanza, the poet says, he was confined in a cage which was made up of strong building material, and he was helpless there. Strong building material means strong walls. The pity, we have a pity on that tiger. He can't go outside, just living inside the four walls. He could not show his power to the visitors. How could he show? No chance at all. Therefore, never try to terrorize them. He understands, I can't jump on them. Even if I growl at them, even if I groan at them, even if I roar at them, no one will pay attention because they know this tiger can't come outside the cage. Therefore, the tiger also has accepted his life. I can't do anything. The tiger is described as being powerless and agonized by the poet. He is as powerless as a sheep or as a calf, the tiger in the zoo. He says that during night also, he's alone, hearing the voice of the patrolling vehicles of the police and looking at the stars. In the morning, he's alone. In the night time, he's alone in his cage. He just hears like this way, the patrolling vehicles. Patrolling means those vehicles which take round around the city, around the zoo, whatever. He just listens the siren of these vehicles looks at the stars and becomes sad. This is the life of that tiger. The cage life has totally changed the tiger's personality. Most important life. In the forest, he would not have been facing the same situation. He would go anywhere he like. But here, only 20 by 20 room. He has to stay there. So his personality has totally changed. The poet is trying to say that the animal which is famous for its fearlessness and freedom is confined and sad due to the human beings. So we human beings are the main reason for his unhappiness, because we want to get happiness by watching them in the cage. For our happiness, many animals have to live a life of sorrow and distress. See, sad due to the human beings who want to derive pleasure by looking at him in the zoo cage. They are happy. So now, my dear friends, up to now, if you have any doubt, you can ask your doubts in chat box.